Hello, everyone. Just give me a moment. Okay. Welcome. Welcome to day 6 of it's the Vagina Monologue season at She Stands Tall project. I want to start with just taking a moment. If you're here together, and once again, I want to thank all the encouraging support, responses, reaching out, sharing that you have all been sending our way. Thank you so much. And we are continuing with the journey. And today we have this was actually a highlight piece in 2018 when we did the Vagina Monologues. And it is a piece on trans women. And so today I want to also take a moment, take this as an opportunity for all those watching, to also understand more. And for that, first, I want to introduce a word that has become so much part of a society today. We don't even realize how much we have internalized it, how much we navigate in and out, and that is, the word is othering. Yeah, othering is today in psychology, is a term, is a phenomenon in which individual or group of people are defined and labeled as not fitting in within the norms of a social group. Yeah, so and the question becomes, who decides those norms? Yeah, and it creates this us versus them. And I mean, I'm living here. I'm from India. I live here, and in a day, I have to be so conscious of not doing this. I have to be so conscious of myself in so many ways. There are so many layers and levels at which othering exists in our society, especially in India, which is also invisible, which is also quite unnamed, and whether it's race, caste, religion, so many. I mean, it's just, and sometimes we don't even know that we are doing that. And so I want to really name it and give it a place here. And because othering stands at the opposite end of belonging. Yeah, othering is, excluding someone. And we have all, I'm sure, at our life at some point, I'm hoping that we have experienced being othered and the pain of that. And Vagina Monologues, we are talking about a part of the body that is othered. Yeah, and all last 5 days we have been including in creating more and more awareness to include in the vagina. But imagine, as a whole person, as a human being, to be othered, how the pain of it is unimaginable. And if I'm honest, my greatest fear is that through me someone might get othered. That's always, for me, from childhood, that has always been the fear. Me being other is not my fear, but through me. And if so, I want to actually put that here also through this. That's not the intention. That's not at all what this work stands for. What we all here who are coming here represent. So if you at all feel any time, you are more than welcome. I invite you to please reach out to us, write to us, let us know so we can enter into a conversation around it. So because I say this today, because today the piece that we are doing is trans peace. And in India, among so many othering, that one of the community which faces so much of othering is this transgender community. And today, at the end of this piece, we also have two sisters from Born to Win who will be joining us and sharing with us their own journey. They are doing some phenomenal work. And so you will get to meet them and hear from them. And what I want to do before that is, I have been educating myself to really understand around trans women, transgender, what does that fully mean? Yeah. And I, one of the things, and why is that so important, is because I want to share this, is I want to start with this, is 2% of almost any country and 2% of world population even identifies as trans. Like in India, 2% of our population identifies as trans, that is neither male nor female in the sex category, and that is 2.8 crore people. I mean, I cannot even imagine that 2.8 crore people feeling othered. I mean, we are responsible. Yeah, these are our fellow citizens. They are us. They are part of us. Yeah. So that is why this conversation becomes very, very important. We cannot ignore it. So one of the things that I often hear about biology is that biology is binary. Many times that's what's said, but this is where I'm going to start. Just give you a few very scientific biological facts that biological sex is not binary. Just because a baby has a penis or a vagina, we can no longer say that it's male or female, because biology is very, very complex. Yeah, sex at birth is just a very small part of the story. What determines our sex, our biological sex, is very, very complex, and it keeps shifting and changing through our life. Yeah, at puberty, yeah, especially around that time. And there are 5 factors which determine, yeah, the biology of sex. And so I wanted to name it. It was information for me when I first came to know about it. The first is chromosome. This is what we all learned in our, schooling, in biology class about chromosomes. We learned that there is the XX is the female and XY is the male chromosome. But what we don't realize is that there are many variants to this. There is XXX, there is XXY, there is XYY, there is X. So there are many variants to it. And that is what we need to understand, that biology is complex. Yeah. So there is chromosomes. And then comes, just because we have a particular chromosome doesn't mean that all those aspects of the chromosome are going to come alive as we grow up, because it is also connected with sex hormones. Yeah. And there are many factors and many variants to the progesterone, testosterone, estradiol, its generation in the body. There are many factors which are connected to this. Yeah. And so that's the second. And then the third is, even just with that, the story is not over. There is something called as hormone expression, which is connected with hormone receptors. And this is what is connected to voice. As we hit adolescence or puberty, our voice changes. There is hair, there's development of breast. There's so many changes that happen, and they are connected to hormone receptors. And the hormone receptors are connected to sex hormones. and it is all very organic and natural in the body. Yeah, and how it comes about, what what impacts it, all those are not in anyone's control. Yeah, it's biology. Yeah, and then, the last two factors, which is what we put so much of emphasis, as the internal and the external genitalia. Yeah, so the internal genitalia is testes, vas deferens, fallopian tubes, uterus, ovaries, scrotum. Even the scrotum can be inside and not outside. Yeah, and you might not know that. And the external genitalia, of course, the penis, the vagina, the vulva, the clitoris, and the scrotum. So we are determining somebody's biology of sex just based on this. Yeah, when nothing has really been activated yet, and that movement happens much later in someone's life. Yeah, so children born with clitoris and vagina can also have testes. So 2% of our population. Yeah, and so it's not something, and it's not something abnormal. It's actually very normal when you hear doctors speak about it. Yeah, it's just part of the body. Yeah, so this is very important to understand. Yeah, being transgender, and today I'm only talking about this piece because today's piece is about transgender. Yeah, being transgender is not a choice. Yeah, it is like being a woman, being a man. Yeah, it is. And what is a choice? What you choose is being transphobic, sexist, or a misogynist. That is a choice. So the onus is on us when we treat someone as separate, or as not whole, or as not us, or not part of us. So this is something that I am really bringing out into conversation, and inviting you to really become present to the othering. Yeah, and let us just accept that it is there. We all, consciously or unconsciously, always move in and out of it. And the idea is to become more aware of it, take responsibility for it, inquire about it, go into its roots, acknowledge what is there, enter into dialogue, get to know more about it, and to step out, so that we have a society where, we can really take care of our fellow citizens. Yeah, and yeah, this is something that I wanted to kind of name and bring it here. And because in India, we do have a third sex that we can, in all our forms, you see male, female, and you see transgender, and that is pretty phenomenal. There are rights that transgender people, there are laws that have come into existence the last 4 or 5 years, but still there is a need for all of us to consciously also show up and take responsibility. Yeah, like when you say us, yeah, how would it be to see everyone in all jobs? Yeah, and to know why is it not there. And I think these are things we can no longer say in this world that, oh, that doesn't concern me. It is no longer an option. It concerns each and every one of us. Yeah, and we can no longer blindside. And when we blindside and when we don't look, that is when things like Holocaust happen, where we are not brave enough to question, and we can just see that it's too much, so I'm not going to look there. It is no longer an option. And this is not just transgender. There's so many things like that happening in our country right now. And it is high time that we don't look away, but we look and we meet the pain. We feel the shame, whatever it is that is, and we inquire into it. We get curious about it. Yeah. And what we see outside, I have learned from my own journey, it is in me too. I do that to me, and that's why I do it to others. So I have to see that in me. So I don't, so that's been my journey. So for me, whenever I look away, I have to look at it. Why is Rekha? Why are you looking away? Is it more painful for me, or is it more, I'm not ready to meet the pain? Yeah. So this is, I wanted to start with that today. And this piece, Eve Ensler wrote this piece after talking to many trans women. And even though it is predominantly the voices of trans women in the United States, I am sure that those who are here can, or anywhere in the world, can very much identify with the words and the voices and the sentiments. And I also just want to say that it would have been amazing if for trans women to read this piece, but we didn't have so much time, and that's not an excuse. And I hope that whenever we do the next staging, that we, as She Stands Out Project, we create more gateways and pathways that we will have trans women read this piece and showcase. Yeah. So without further delay, I welcome you into today's piece. They beat the girl out of my boy, or so they tried.
At 5 years old, I was putting my baby sister's diapers on. I saw her vagina. I wanted one. I wanted one. I thought it would grow.
I thought I would open. I ached to belong. I ached to smell like my mother. Her sweet aroma lived in my hair, on my hands, in my skin. I ached to be pretty.
I wondered why I was missing my bathing suit top at the beach, why I wasn't dressed like the other girls. I ached to be completed. I ached to belong. It twirled the baton.
They assigned me a sex the day I was born. It's as random as being adopted or being assigned a hotel room on the 30th floor. It has nothing to do with who you are or your fear of heights. But in spite of the apparatus I carried around, I always knew I was a girl.
They beat me for it. They beat me for crying. They pummeled me for wanting to touch,
To hug,
to help,
Hold hands.
for trying to fly in church like Sister Battrell,
for doing cartwheels,
Crocheting socks.
for carrying purses to kindergarten.
They kicked the shit out of me every day on the way to school.
In the park, they smashed my magic marker, painted nails.
They punched my lipstick mouth.
They beat the girl out of my boy.
Beat the girl out of my boy.
They beat the girl out of my boy. Or they tried.
So I went underground. I stopped playing the flute.
Be a man. Stand up for yourself. Go punch him back.
I grew a full beard.
It was good I was big.
I joined the Marines. Suck it up and drive on.
I became duller.
Jaded.
Sometimes cruel.
Be a man.
Man it.
Man it.
Man it up. Always clenched, inaccurate, incomplete.
I ran away from home.
From school.
from hostel.
Ran to Miami.
Greenwich Village.
I found gay people.
Wilderness Indians.
Got my first hormone shot. Got permission to be myself.
To transition, to travel, to immigrate. 350 hours of hot needles. I would count the male particles as they died. 16 man hairs gone.
The feminine is in your face. I lift my eyebrows more. I'm curious. I ask questions.
And my voice. Practice, practice. It's all about resonance. Sing, song, sing, song. Men are monotone and flat.
And my vagina is so much friendlier. I cherish it. It brings me joy.
And the orgasms, they come in waves. Before they were jerky.
I'm your girl next door.
My lieutenant colonel father ended up paying for it, my vagina.
My mother was worried what people would think. That maybe she made this happen. Until one day I went to church and the people there said, "You have a very beautiful daughter."
I got to be soft. I'm allowed to listen. I'm allowed to touch. I'm able to receive.
Just to be in the present tense.
People are so much nicer to me now.
I can wake up in the morning and put my hair in a ponytail.
I'm telling you, a wrong was righted.
And right with God.
Like when you're trying to sleep and there's a loud car alarm. When I got my vagina, it was like someone finally turned it off.
I live now in the female zone. But you know how people feel about immigrants. They don't like it when you come from someplace else. They don't like it when you mix. They killed my boyfriend. They beat him insanely while he slept with a baseball bat. They beat this girl out of his head.
They didn't want him dating a foreigner, even though she was pretty and she listened and was kind. They didn't want him falling in love with ambiguity. They were scared he would get lost.
They were that terrified of love.
They were that terrified of love.
They were that terrified of love.
I want us to take a moment and I want to invite the sisters back, and I see that our guests are also here in the waiting room. So Shreya, welcome Shreya. So Shreya, is a woman on her life path, reclaiming and discovering her yoni power. Welcome, Shreya. And yeah, and Ruchi. Ruchi introduces herself as I'm open and adventurous. I bleed and heal. I birth myself every moment. I am whole. And Martina, yeah, welcome, Ruchi. Yeah. Martina is a woman who is embodied, knows her vulva, and is connected to her body and the earth. Yeah. And we have 3 minutes, so before I invite at 7, I'll invite our guests in. So I just wanted to hear, how are you guys? I know words are difficult.
Go, Martina. I thought you were going to.
I guess what I wanted to say, the word that comes up is just I feel honored.
Yeah, it's reminding me of like a time that I have a cousin who's transitioned, and it's there was a time like we were together at a film festival, and we sort of had to dress in drag to enter the festival, and I think it was maybe the closest encounter I had with like the fluidity, the possibility of fluidity of gender within me, to just dress as a man and find that like be quite intrigued by that and what that brought alive for me. And as I was reading the piece, as we were practicing it, I felt one thing that came alive for me is like so much gratitude for being a woman, and this sort of like openness of like, oh, who else wants to be a woman? Like, come play with us. It's fun here. Like it. Yeah, it brings that alive of like there isn't really. It's what you feel and what you want to be. And I mean, there's also the entire non-binary, which is not identifying as either, which is that is also a space, but that's what like moving through this piece brought alive for me.
Yeah. Thank you, Ruchi. I think the internet is a little, yeah, I think it could be my network. Yeah, so. Yeah.
Me, what I felt was the piece was quite heavy. As I read it, there's this sigh coming out. And I cannot even fathom what they would have gone through to, the journey of every transgender is just unbelievably painful. Reading it could bring so much emotion. I wonder what they would have gone
through. And so I think without further, pause, I want to actually invite Shweta Sudhakar and Sindhu Mary. I think I have one admit, so I'm going to bring her in, and we can't see you. Shweta ji, are you there?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, your video is off.
Yeah, no, just minute.
Yeah, I think the light was too much, so I think you're adjusting. Good.
Yeah.
No worries. Take your time. Yeah, so while you are coming, I'm going to just read. So how do I know about Born to Win is last year I actually got 10 calendars, which I gave it to a lot of my friends. And it's a Born to Win calendar. Born to Win is an organization that is, it's a social welfare trust based in Chennai. And it's established in 2013, founded by Shweta Sudhakar, who is here with us. And it works towards the empowerment, education, and employment of trans community in Tamil Nadu. And they have been doing, I think the fashion shows are quite famous. Yeah, and they're doing some phenomenal work. And they're also actually working with other states and state governments to really create this voice for the trans community. And we're very excited. I don't know, were you able to watch us? Did you see us do the piece before? Namaskaram. எப்படி இருக்காங்களா நீங்கள்?
நான் ரொம்ப நல்லா இருக்கேன். எல்லோருக்கும் மாலை வணக்கம். Very good evening.
Good evening to you too. You're joining from Chennai, right?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Do you have also Sindhu Mary also with you?
Yes. Though
So
me.
let's see. Let's see both of you. Hi. Yeah, wonderful. So I think your light is there. So you can't fully see is it possible to sit facing the light or changing the table in any way that we can really, see, if you sit a little that side, I think the light is there because the light makes but that's okay. I think, that
This-
side is still better. So, but then we want both of you.
This okay, va?
Okay. So is it possible how are you? I see a wall on the other side. So you both can't squeeze in there.
One by one talk.
Okay, one by one.
One by one talk.
Okay, one by one is great. So what we really want, maybe we have Shriya here. Shriya is Tamil. So
Okay. இப்போ enough?
Wonderful. Great.
Yes.
Yeah. So please,
Okay.
yeah.
Very good evening. Warm welcome and happy New Year 2022 is woman, all women, and advance happy Women's Day wishes for you.
Yes, happy Women's Day wish to you guys.
So myself Shweta Sudhakar, I'm working for transgender community for education, employment, empowerment of since 2013. In own my organization for Born to Win Social Welfare Trust. Not only trans Born to Win, we are Born to Win is every human.
Yeah.
I'm a basically social worker activist and writer. I'm a MA Sociology postgraduated finish. I'm working for national, international level organizations for trainer, consulting, awareness, training, sensitizations, reporting, documentation, work in state level, in national level. I love my social work, but I have my organizations in my life. Many people part of life for the husband, but my life part of in our organizations. So my childhood it started. My age is 12, 13. That time I realized I am a girl. My feelings, my emotional, my thinking, my attitude, everything for girl, not for men. I like for same-sex person. I love and like and care with one another boys to my school life. Our school life is going on 12th, 6th to 12th in for Corporation Boys School, and the not co-ed school is the only boys school.
Yeah.
That is school many discriminations, many violence, many sexual abuse, many thinking I face it my life in childhood lifetime. So that time I thinking very struggle in my heart for everything.
Yeah.
But I am a single mother person. My father is dead. My mother is a two person. My sister younger. I am a elder. So I talk to not for the my mother. I am a biologically male. But I feel is girl. But I like for other men. So I'm not still now. I am a celebrity. I am a writer. I am a many awards and creations. I have book in the many people is written in Tamil for launch. I have many magazine, many talk show, many channels, interview, but still now know anything to my gender, not in the my mom. So I have my mom, myself, I am who I am. நானா இருக்கேன். Who I am, myself I am. So that's why I started in career in after 12th standard finish. I started in career for one community based organizations. That organization name not in interested talk to now. That organization working for HIV/AIDS program in national AIDS control organizations. My career started, but that organization working in 5 to 10 years I'm working. My life is very big questions. My life, community organizations, many discriminations, many sexual identities, many violence, many stigma, everything I face it. So come out to the organization. I started in 2013, Born to Win Social Alpha Trust. That period, I am a correspondence for public administration in Madras University, 3 years for correspondence course. After that, I am MA Sociology, also correspondence course. So I love the work in social work. I started in Born to Win. I am many transgenders. I am a role model.
Yeah.
So creating support through the people who like the people for the role models, creating in awareness for sensitizations people to the education, employment, empowerment. Who are the people interested to the society, connecting with the people like to the I am an education myself. I am an educator. I am a self-expert person. I am a dignity person. Who are the person who willing come out to meet me? I support for education's employment and under for the employment in empowerment. So I creating for calendar in every year. 2014 started. I creating in India exclusive trans calendar. My organization only every year promoting for sensitization for trans awareness. And March 8th is a Women's Day, but April 15th is a Transgender Day. That day I conducting for Trans Achievers Award functions. Since in the 8th edition finish, I am a 146 people recognized for worldwide. So Germany, Singapore, Malaysia, in India, all over. So many people come to the recognize the award. Award is the recognize and working in supporting people, societies, people recognize to clap is a salute. So many people I recognize, and also many trans the like to the beauty. I am a basically biologically male, but I change my life, change my body, change my everything. So I do for Miss Tamil Nadu Trans Queen 50 editions every year. So every year for October Joy of Giving Week, that week I conducting for Miss Tamil Nadu Trans Queen. Who are the people participants in the content, participants in the show? I adoption the people. I supporting for education, employment, empowerment. So many role models, many beauticians, many training. So I have own DTP center in Transgenders India. I am creating in nearby office DTP center. The center is a business plan for the people come out, public people come out in the our shop is the Xerox, printing, browsing, biodata, everything. And I own creating for tailoring unit for every 6 months. For I trained for 5 to 6 people free of course in the transgenders community is our skill development program. And also for community kitchens, also for many people working for many opportunities, creating 110 people I supporting for job opportunities. But many people success, many people is a dropout. So thinking who are the people like in this lifestyle change, not in the public, not in the person, that individual person in my heart. I change my life in the world, in the society. I work with the people, so that's why. So
Yeah.
thinking is a very good idea. So on the thinking, very supporting to learning, support and success, mentoring and monitoring, the everything I do for the transgender community is a life. Two thing only.
Yeah.
One is a birth, B for birth, D for death, but middle is a C for choice, A, B, C, D. So A for acceptance. I am a trans. I acceptance first myself.
Yeah.
A. B for birth, C for choice, D for death. But B is a D is the nadu is the middle
Yeah.
is a C. Choice is the many thing in the society. But who are the people choose right away? That life is the upper level.
Yeah.
Or is the opportunities creating. So I thinking choices is anyway. Many people give to the support for trans. Not only trans is the LGBT community, for disabled people. Every human is the supporting for. But I thought creating opportunities my side, my level, my doing. So that's why I thinking for I have is a many big company for Standard Chartered Bank, Amazon, many IT companies. I have placement in the trans people. One of the person I introduce you. Before that is our transgenders umbrella. So creating for men and women for brother, sisters, child, male child, female child, auntie, uncle, father and mother, many relationship in the mainstream people. But our community only for adoption in the transgender community. I have trans men. So that people, my child, I supporting to the people for education, employment, empowerment. So that's why I introduced for our daughter Sindhu Mary. She talked to for she is now working in work with the mainstream people.
Yeah.
So she talked to in the few words. After that, I continue.
Okay. Is this
Yeah, hi. Good evening to all.
good evening?
Yeah, myself, I'm Sindhu Mary, working in Amazon as a problem solver.
Yeah.
Are you able to hear my
We can
words?
hear you, but the screen seems frozen. Is the screen working for the others?
Yeah, good evening.
Okay.
Say hello, Sabha.
You can, is the video frozen for others? Martina, Shreya?
Yeah, can you hear my words?
Now we can see. Yeah, now it's perfect. Yes.
Oh,
We
okay.
can see and
Okay.
hear now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we can see you, Sindhu Mary. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Sindhu
Yeah.
Mary working at Amazon as a problem solver.
Wonderful.
I got this job by this Born to Win Social Welfare Trust.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before 2 years, I came out from my family.
Yeah.
Where my childhood, when I was 13 years old, I felt to myself, I am a female, I'm another gender. I like to wear a girl dress. I like to play with the girls. I like to walk with the girls. I like to talk with the girls. But all the males are full at me. Then I felt I have to study. I have to study well. Then only I can survive in the world. Studying is a purpose to survive in the world. Yeah, I studied biotechnology, BSc biotechnology. Then I was working with one of father's congregation in priesthood congregation as a English literature. And then I came out from my family. I told to my mother, I'm feeling like this. I want to go away from here. I don't want to disturb you all. Because nearby our neighborhood say something. I want to go away from your family. I said, then they cried and they said, you go and you leave. What else you like? You do it well. But don't do any nonsense things, something and that. Don't do it. You do your good and come well on in this world. She said, I kept my mind those things, and I called to this organization. I seen YouTube channel, and I got Shweta Amma number. Then I called her, and I was talking with her like this. Myself, I'm coming out from my family. I want to stay with you. I don't want to go to the another places. Because in the community, they have a Jamaat system, they say. Jamaat system, they say. They put into a prostitutional work, then begging.
Yeah, those are the only.
I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
I don't want to do such things.
Yeah.
No, I want to work.
Right.
Yeah. Are you hearing?
Yes, we are. So I just want to repeat that maybe, like just for like usually the two professions.
Can you hear my words?
And உங்க voice கேக்குது. நீங்க continue பண்ணுங்க. Yeah.
We can hear you. We can hear.
மாமியார் தான் வச்சுப்பாங்க. ஆமா.
Yeah.
Yeah. Continue. In the way you continue, we can hear you.
Okay. In the society, they are not associated with the mainstream
jobs,
social systems.
Correct.
Like including health also. They are discriminating and humiliating us.
Yeah.
Not accepting.
Yeah.
I attend many interviews. Myself, I selected. Then in wave interview, I say I'm a transgender. Then they will say, we will call you back, ma'am. That's it. They never call again.
Right. Yeah.
Then I told to my mother, Shweta. Then she got a job from Amazon, and she referred me, and I joined as a warehouse associated, as a normal employee in Amazon posting there. There I am a iron lady. I got an award from Amazon as a iron lady. I worked hard there.
Yeah.
I know myself. We have a strength of male and female.
Yeah.
We will do everything.
Yeah.
Such a way I was doing that. Then I joined it to Born to Win, and I am now I am supporting with them. I can't support financially. But I have a educational knowledge. I can support with my knowledge. Now I'm supporting by my knowledge. Many of the transgenders, they are discontinuing their education and come out from the family, and they join to the Jamaat, and they will go for prostitution or begging. We bring them from that position. will give them a job opportunity, educational opportunity. Then only they will be empowered people in the society.
Right.
No, we are hardly working for our community because we want our community become a strong, become a mingle with the society people. Then only the people come to know who we are,
Right.
who we are. We have a talent, but we are not proving. They
Yeah.
are not leave us to prove of talent.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah. Then we are doing some activities in our organization NGO, like teaching them computer, English. This is the basic needs, you know, the managemental skill and all. We are teaching them who are all interested.
Yeah.
Many transgenders are educated, but they do not know how to talk, how to communicate with others. When we communicate with others only, they come to know, oh, they know something.
Right.
We'll give them an opportunity.
And do you see that people are now more open to giving employment to trans people? Like,
Yeah, nowadays they are giving an opportunity.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
before there is so much of discrimination. Now
yeah,
it is not.
it's less.
Yeah,
Especially in Chennai, where I'm assuming, right?
yeah.
I also was curious, like, are parents supportive?
Yeah, first of all, our parents has to accept us. Then
Right.
only our soul will be strong.
Right.
Yeah, that is my parents, that is my family, that is my mom, that is my dad. I will give my best to the society. Like that we will come to know
Right.
when the parents will support us.
Do you see that has anything changed in the culture that way, that parents are now more aware or parents are supportive? I think you said
Yeah,
that your parents supported you,
yeah, yes.
right? Your parents supported it. Do you see
My
more?
family,
Yeah.
yeah, my family accepted me.
Yeah.
I proudly say my family accepted
You're
me.
so happy saying that. Yeah. And it is. It's such a, parents are like, when parents don't support, then it's,
Yeah,
you
when the
said,
parents support us, that's enough for our life, you know.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you see more and more transgender people that you work with? Parents also are becoming supportive. Like, that means there's something changing also in that. Do you
yeah.
see that?
Only one
Yes.
thing, if they support and keep it at home, it will be nice. Then
Yeah.
they will study more, then
Yeah.
they will get a job. Because when I go to the companies or other job opportunities, if I go for the interview, they will ask, you are staying alone or with your family?
Yeah.
If I say I'm staying alone, they won't give a job,
Oh.
because they won't get a faith.
Like your parents
Yeah,
have kind of,
if you go from a company, where will contact, they will
but
say like that.
yeah, okay. But they don't ask that of every other person. Are you staying with your parents? It really doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, really, that they are asking for a transgender, not a normal people. They are
Yeah,
asking transgenders, because now only they are coming out. No,
correct, correct. Yeah,
yeah, now
right.
only they are coming out. They will ask.
Okay. Yeah. And are you? I mean, I've just Shweta ji, the amount of work you guys are doing is just there's so much you're doing to bring awareness and and like, even like you said that you're working at Amazon. Do you see, because Amazon is also an international company, so I'm sure they have a work culture which is much more open.
Yeah,
Do you feel it that way, that it's much more open?
yeah. There I'm so much of happy. I have they are expecting as a female. They are
They're
expecting.
seeing you as female. They
They
treat
come
you
and
like female.
ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will come and ask, you have any problem or not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Frequently they come and ask, you are facing any problem here, ma'am? Like that they will ask.
Yeah.
Still now, I don't have any problem.
Yeah.
with the people, with the mainstream, I mean, male and female, I don't have any problem with them.
Right. Yeah. In the
Yeah,
in the
I'm
society you're
working
talking
well.
about, at the Amazon.
If the friends support us, we
Yes.
can work well, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And do you see this also happening in other states? This kind of movement. So the you
Yeah,
spoke about
hello.
the Jamaat, right? I think many people might not know this. Can you? Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you mentioned about Jamaat. Could you tell a little bit more about those for people who are watching? Because many times, when I in Bangalore, especially when I'm driving a car at different traffic lights, I would meet
Yeah.
people who would beg. I have some very good friends at certain points.
Yeah, I'm here.
I know that they would do some other job.
Yeah.
They have an opportunity, but nobody gives them that job. So, so they have this support network in their own, which is called the Jamaat, right? Which takes care of them, which is that I wanted to speak a little bit about that, just for people to know. It's not, are you there, Sindhuneri?
Yeah, the culture of transgenders. Yeah, Jamaat. Yeah, Jamaat is a culture of transgenders. If there is a Jamaat, there will be a big person.
Okay. So they
No,
they become parents and family and all that. So they get, right? Yeah, tell us more about that. I think
yeah, elders like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
mother, grandma, sister,
Yeah.
daughter, like that. There is Jamaat. We are coming out of our family to operate ourselves to the another gender. You know, we need money.
Right.
First, we need money to operate.
Correct.
In the society, they will not give a job. If I am myself, I have a male identity, but I'm wearing a female dress. No one will give a job opportunity. They will discriminate.
Right.
We have to operate ourselves.
Right.
We have to earn money first.
Correct.
In the Jama system, they will say to go for a sex work or begging.
Right. Yeah. And are those
When we get money from that business only, we can operate ourselves.
right? And that is because most of the people who are in the Jamaat, their parents don't support them. I just want to voice that, right? If parents are supportive, right?
Yeah.
Is it true that you become
No one will go and join the Jamaat.
Right.
If the parents support, no one will go and join the Jamaat.
So it's
That is the parents know. When we come out, we should have a parents. We should have a supporter.
Right.
That is matter.
Correct. So if yeah.
Yeah, if there is my friend, then I will be free. Myself will be free. I will wear some dresses.
Right.
What would I like?
Yeah. So
where I get a freedom.
Right. Very true what you're saying. So, I think that's also something to, and do you also work with the Jamaat community as to how they can also, how they can also like find how can they empower the people that prostitution and begging is not the only thing that someone can do? Are there do you work with the Jamaat system in Tamil Nadu in educating them? Because I hear it's also a very strong system, because I was talking to some people in Bangalore and they also have,
yeah, we can't come from that. We can't come from that culture.
Right.
If we come from that culture, they will punish us. That is the big issues. They will make us a big issue.
What are you like? You're talking about the Jamaat system.
The elder person will make a big issue
to come
because
out of it.
They will not get any money from us.
Correct.
We come on from the Jamaat.
Yeah. I recently learned about that they have each area in that area there is a person who they have to give all their money to, and then they give them some money. So it's also like a whole, it also becomes another way of oppressing in the oppression, right? So it's yeah, so you guys are doing some phenomenal work too. So you are creating a separate community where they can truly come get educated, and they don't
Yeah.
have to do this, right? They can actually find a way for them to be educated and get a job and be a normal human being in the, in the society with everybody, like not to be, right?
We more thank to Shwetama only. I
Yeah,
proudly say she came out from the Jamaat system and all. She is working well.
yeah,
Now she is changing all the things.
yeah. It's
Our community has come out from the Jamaat.
right. It's
They
a
have to mingle with the society. She
correct.
is working hardly for that,
Yeah,
just to be a supporter.
correct. And are you also working with other states to create Born to Win in different states of India?
Yeah, we will.
Yes, and you have our full
Future we
support.
will. Yeah.
Yeah, so please know that, in any way, definitely me, She Stands Our Project, our sisters, any of us, any way we can support in this, I would absolutely be thrilled, to do support, because I actually would love to see trans people in so many, it's much more safer. I feel way more safe. I have to say that, as a woman, and there are, and this is a dialogue, and even to create awareness in society, because I know that even in my own apartment, I know that if a trans person is coming to ask for flat, I don't know how open-minded the people are, because there's so much stigma, so much, this also to create this conversation in society changing, it's so important. And I want to say that to you, that you have support,
Yes.
yeah, we I mean, I can definitely, I'm, whatever in ways that I could, or and I'm sure many of our women in our work, we are all, want to create that kind of a space where we know more. I think people need to know that, uh,
Yeah.
right?
People need to know.
Yeah. What would you like to say to people who are watching, not, what, how can,
Yeah.
yeah,
People means they have to understand our situation, our problems.
yeah,
First of all, they have to hear our words, what
correct,
we are going to say.
yeah,
When they hear our words only, they'll come to know about ourselves.
correct, yeah,
Without knowing if there is a thief person from male or female, if you thief something means if you steal something means they will say the whole community.
correct,
They will
yeah,
not the single person. They will say the whole community. They will be like this only. They will be like that only. They will say, don't say like that.
correct, yeah, yeah, and
Uh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, go ahead, yeah,
All have different characters.
correct, just like everybody else. I mean, it's
Have, yeah. You
right,
have a different character. Everyone having different characters. We should
correct,
understand their characters
yeah,
first of all.
right,
That
yeah,
is, we have to
right, yeah, so
hear our voice
right, not
when
to brand, right, transgender,
yeah.
right? Not to, it's, each person is unique and each person is different, and each person, just like, I mean, we're all human beings, we are, each one is unique, right? That's what you're saying, to not see you any different,
Yes.
right? Yeah,
If by example means if the manager sitting inside of the room
yeah,
will go for a job opportunity or interview,
correct,
they will ask who has come. Yeah, it's a transgender person. They identify suddenly. They will be like this only. Let's send them home. Like they will say. They
right,
never see our educational qualification. They never see our skill.
right,
They never say anything.
yeah,
They know a transgender person is like this, like that. They will do like this.
right, yeah,
They will spoil our company. They will spoil our place.
correct,
Why don't see like this?
right,
Give opportunity.
right,
We'll do our best.
yes, yeah, And I want to also say that, you know, because I many times have conversation with my parents or even people of my father's age, you know, others, and they too, like, if my father is riding with me and at any of the signal, if a transgender person comes and asks for money, my father sometimes would say, you know, why are they always begging and doing prostitution? So I'll ask my father, would you give them a job at your apartment? I mean, you know, my dad is a president, and he will say, no, all the people will have objection. Then I say, then what is the option left? You know, so I think this, so people stigma is also because they also always see the Jamaat system. And I think in India, the Jamaat system has existed for so many years, though it has provided, I think, a way for transgender community to survive. And it's also systemic oppression. But I think it is time now to really, we all have to work together. I think women, men, trans, we all have to, I think, as human beings, work together in talking about this, what you're saying. So people, you know, yeah, because I know in Kerala we have trans people in police, metro train drivers. We have in Kerala, they created a lot of awareness, but still I see that people have stigma, you know,
Yes.
right? So, yeah. So,
When we ask transgender people why you are going for begging or sex work, they will say, I'm uneducated.
correct.
If I'm educated, I will do any jobs. I'm uneducated. Then
Educate.
only, yeah, we came to know they are uneducated. What is the next plan?
Right.
Then we started tailoring, embroidering,
Yeah.
baking,
Wonderful. Yeah.
yeah, then soap making and all. We started to do.
Right. Yeah.
We don't want education knowledge, for that.
Correct. But you,
Yeah, that is our physical knowledge. Yeah.
and we have now, this is just, you know, it is the analytical solution giver in me is wanting to say this to you. We have now this online system. You can connect with people anywhere in the world, like how we are sitting. We are all, Martina is from South Africa, Ruchi and Shriya are from Coimbatore, you are from Chennai, I'm in Bangalore, and we are all sitting here together, right? So I
Yeah.
feel like, you know, they can also be, you can also explore, and I can even, you know, work with you in how can we, even in an online way, how can you create a system where we can even talk English conversation. You said communication is very important, how to talk, how
Yes.
to, you know, all that. How can we as a community really support more and more transgender folks to even get educated, you know, learning simple
Yeah.
education. It can be even done online. That's what I'm saying. We can start thinking creatively.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, is there, is Shweta ji is also there? I want you both, you know, as we'll kind of, in our, as we are slowly moving towards a closing also, I want to know that, you know, is there anything more that you would like to say to people who are watching? What would you like to say to people? How can they create more inclusive space for trans people? Like, what would you like to say to people who are watching?
Bring out our knowledge.
Yeah. Bring up.
Don't put ourselves
Yeah.
inside our body. Just bring out it.
Yeah.
All will have a knowledge.
Yeah.
All will have a knowledge. Just bring it. That's enough to live.
Right. To see you for all the skills,
Yeah.
the knowledge.
When we bring, if I have a dance skill, when
Yeah.
I bring to out only, I will search. Where there is opportunity,
Yeah.
I'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will work hard. I have that capacity. When I bring out, then only I'll search for the job.
Right. Yeah. And
Yeah,
yeah.
bring out. That's it.
Yes, and I also want to say something you said earlier, like I have a strength of man and male and
Women,
female. You
female,
said
yeah.
that, right? And I think it's time that society really started seeing that, not just the society, the government, you know, that they really put more and more emphasis. And I hope those who are watching, uh, next time, you know, where you see a trans person, to have a conversation and to see, you know, how can they be supported if they are in the profession of prostitution or begging? What is it that they need? and to know someone. And
Now it is decreased.
it is
Prostitution breaking and all decreased. Yeah.
very
Now
good.
they are going for work.
Wonderful. Yeah. Wonderful. That's that's beautiful.
Many of them come and ask us, do you
Yeah.
have any opportunity
Right. So in
for work?
Bangalore, these people that I meet almost whenever I drive, I cross that we have this conversation. They actually call me Priyanka Gandhi every time they see me because of my short hair. They will say Priyanka Gandhi. So I want to. Can I give them your contact?
You shall ask to the ma'am,
Oh yeah, Shweta ma'am.
Shweta
Ji.
ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah. So I will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give to her.
Yes. Let's bring Shweta ji on the video now. Let's. Yeah. Thank you so much, Sindhu Mary. Yeah.
Hello, ma'am.
Ha.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we
Yeah,
were
ma'am.
no, I was saying that in Bangalore, do you have any plans of starting anything, or if we, how can people here, trans women especially?
Many people in Bangalore, in the Empire, many trans people here in the Bangalore.
Okay,
Lot of work, lot of activities
are happening.
happening is going.
Yeah,
Many things.
yeah. So I was telling Sindhu Mary that you have our support.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Ma'am,
And
support
what kind?
one
Yes,
and
what kind of support? You tell me. What is your what is support when I say what is it that, so what support do you need?
I need for any fellowship program or a project for not only one or two people, is that 50 people, 100 people, 200 people, or 1 year, 2 years for project, for skill development program, for mentally for many people is transgenders people for love and affection. That person is a very struggle. Last level in the suicide also. Hello.
Yeah. Yes, yes, we are
Hello.
hearing you. Yeah, yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, so many people for the suicide. So intervention is a counseling part in the counseling prevention work. So any 100 and people for 150 people CSR project in supporting to our organizations,
Okay.
or fellowship program. For the fellowship program is supporting our organization and individual myself, it's growing next level. So
Yeah.
these are thing. And self-employed for tea shop, petty shop, boutique and parlor is a own business creating. So
Okay.
that's why I'm thinking. And education institutions run by our organization, thinking for the transgenders people, who are the people 9th, 10th, +1, +2 discontinue, UG, PG discontinue. The people come the institution for tutor institution,
Okay.
train to teach everything.
Yeah.
And people also supporting educated people to the mainstream people.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I am a good for not other person good or bad, I don't know. But the person creating to good way, I support for the trans.
Okay. I
That way
understand what you're
is
saying.
I
But
that way
yeah, Shweta ji,
that
that's true for anybody.
yeah. But mainstream male or female friends, family, education,
Like,
is cash and many poverty, many things, everything is a do it. But
correct.
our community,
Yeah.
nobody here. So only one of the people in the struggle is the one step. That
Correct.
time is a step.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps. Not anybody support.
They come.
Up down in the again for the begging and sex worker. Begging and sex workers not like in the not like in the individual person. Every human sex is part of life.
Right. Very true. That's what we are doing.
But
We are telling that.
yeah,
Telling it.
but I have my stomach in
Yeah.
daily 3 time
Correct.
food intake in body. So
Yes.
I eat in the food. I am healthily na.
Correct,
So
correct.
that's why we
That's
need
most
money.
important.
That
Yes.
is my need money. I go for the no rubbish work, no 420 work, no anything work. I do my sex work. People come in the cash. I do is the myself is growing. My stomach kids are full.
Yes. Basic needs have to be there.
Yeah,
The basic needs,
yeah.
how will someone survive?
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
survival is a sustainability good for things to the transgender community.
Great.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
nobody in the no relationship, no family friends, no neighbors, no friends, no in savings for crores, lakhs, no anything. So day-to-day life in the go for the sex as begging wife. But many people ask to me, many transgender asked me, I have some amount my savings
Yeah.
monthly for over 30 to 40,000. I survival easy to way, but I have no any job now.
Correct, correct.
I have no any business.
Nobody's
That
giving
business is
job.
a sailing now. Already mainstream below poverty men and women for the sales in the everything. How can handle with the two society in the fighting in the business?
Correct, correct.
So come out in the small changes. So grow through in the community level. So that's why I'm thinking any support and one more support. 2022 calendar is ready.
Ah.
Please send your address.
Yes.
I send
And
you
I will-
courier.
Yes.
Please, last time you give the 10. This time you give the 100.
Yeah, we will. We maybe all of our group together, each person can get, and we can give it to as many people. Yeah. So we will
The
definitely-
calendar is an interesting calendar. It's a desktop calendar. The
Yeah.
calendar is a role model of transgender calendar. Each one of this.
Similar.
This is 2021.
This is 2021. Yes.
Yeah.
It has
I have 2022.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
many trans is exclusively trans calendar. So please support and
Yeah.
also for this is 2022 calendar.
Oh, very nice. Nice. Wonderful. Great.
Please supporting, send me address in WhatsApp. I send you courier.
Yes.
Minimum per year or calendar is a 500 per year. Our organizations.
Yeah.
I go through every year. This organization sensitized in the worldwide for transgender community and also fellowship program and CSR support anything refer and thing.
Yes.
And also come and visit our organization in the state to way face to face.
Yes.
I mean talk in the video, not for the video.
Correct.
Practically
You have to sit.
come out in the meet in the people.
Definitely.
That's why what is the work in a day-to-day work is going on. You see the work.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, and if you ever come to Bangalore, you have my number. Yeah.
Yeah,
so you have a place to come to. Okay.
Yeah.
And I will give you a call after tomorrow or something. We'll talk separately and we can see how we can, how I can support. Yeah, how I can be of some support. Yeah. So thank you so much, Vetaji and Sindhu. It was wonderful that you.
Thank you so much, Rekha ji, and thank you so much. This is I lost one thing.
Thank you.
Rekha ji is the last year calendar purchase, but this 1 year gap, Rekha ji contact with me. Right. I don't know who are the Rekha ji before calendar purchase. Many people is the bring the online.
Right.
So this is a creating role model sensitization awareness of transgender community.
Right.
For who are the people knowledgeable, unknowledgeable, knowledgeable trans community that giving support.
And you also
that's why is the calendar of backbone of our organizations.
Correct. And all those calendars have gone to different friends of mine. So they all know your thing. So they yeah. So we will see how, this can further and be the wonderful work you're doing. And more trans people can feel supported that they are not alone in this, that they have, they have friends. Yeah. Not just in the trans community, but in just normal society. They have friends.
Yes. So every is a human, not for gender, male gender, female gender, transgender, a lesbian gender. No, only for human. Human is a human. Humanity is the life of our world.
Yes. For sure.
Yes, that was is
Shout out
not
that.
not circumcisions, not for the between in the pillar of the gender. No,
Correct.
that is the thinking everybody in the washout. The
Right.
human.
Correct. We are all
May-
human beings. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I think
Yeah.
yes. So
Yes.
thank you so much. Give the opportunities for the Rekha ji and the entire team, Martina ma'am, Shreya ma'am, Ruchi ma'am. Thank you so much. Come and visit our organizations
Do that.
in
Yeah.
future, and
Yes.
please bring our support our 2022 calendar launch. And
Yes.
of course, one more thinking, one more idea, one more information. Coming April 22nd,
Yes.
9th edition of Trans Achievers Award
April
function.
22nd. Okay.
Second.
Like
So
it's
let
in
me know.
person award, no, not online, right?
No
In person.
online. No online.
In person.
Online is a God. Is a in person. Rekha ji, you come, you give the one award, one trans.
Okay,
I
I'll
invite you.
okay, that's
You
wonderful.
bring your team member, any Martin ma'am, Shreya ma'am, Ruchi ma'am.
Yeah, we'll come.
So,
Yeah. So
yeah.
take good care. Yeah. Many.
Thank you so much. Love you and advance happy
Women's Day.
advance Women's Day.
Yes, happy Women's
Yeah.
Day.
And also not only born to win in trans community, we are born to win. Every human is a born to win.
Yes, every human is born to win.
Win.
True. Very true.
Yeah.
That's a great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Okay.
Yeah.
So take
Bye.
care. Bye-bye.
Bye, Machina ma'am, Shreya ma'am. Bye.
Bye.
Vanakkam.
Vanakkam. Vanakkam.